So I want to use the SDL image library, and this is SDL3 again. I got it from here, downloaded the VC zip, 2 days, so it's really up to date. Once you get that, you get your zip file. I've unzipped that. There's an MD file in there which you can read through, and it gives you quite clear instructions how to do it. Now what I've done, I copied the include directory, so this directory, you don't need to go up at, you don't need that, you just need this bit, copied that, and then in the main directory of the program, vendors, SDL, includes, and copied it into there. So now, because I've set it up in the project with like the solution directory and the path to this, it'll find this automatically. Well, not automatically, it'll find it. Then what you need to do is the lib files, not in here, getting myself mixed up. The lib files in here, you need the lib file there, copied into the lib file in here, in the 64-bit, so you add it to this, so you get the lib file in there. I have copied the other bit, I don't know whether you need that in there, but I've copied it in there anyhow. There's also an options directory, I don't know what that's to do, I've left it alone. And you also need to copy from here, you need to copy the dynamic link library into your, go up enough, your main directory. So that's the SDL3 DIL and the SDL3 image dynamic link library into there. That then allows you to add it. You've got to do no other work in your the properties, because we set the path to that includes directory. It knows it's there, so that adds it in there without no work at all to it. And to get an image to draw on screen was so simple it was unbelievable. We had a SDL textures. I'm calling it player texture. Oh, I've added an asset folder and a players folder with one single picture in it, and then I've got another folder for textures. This is just my Spidex logo that I use. So you add this line of code, which is dead easy. Then we needed to add we only want it to load once, so I've loaded it in the SDL app init, where I've set the texture, IMG load texture, the renderer, and then obviously the asset file, the player, and the file that I'm going to load, the GitHub. I don't know why it's called that. It should be called Spider JPEG. I think that's because I used it on my GitHub repository for another project I did. That's why it's called that. And then in the render sequence, it's just simply SDL render texture, render texture. Now you can set where you want this to be taken from. So if this was a sprite sheet or something, you could tell it which part of the sprite you wanted. I've just simply said no to those at the moment because it didn't really matter to me. And you get a texture that loads. I mean, this has gone right, it's just filled the entire screen with my lovely spider texture. So yeah, that was considering I haven't really got a clue what I'm doing, and this is so much fun, this programming, and although this is a long way away from what I was working on, this I am learning some bits from using it, and this is the whole idea of this project. Is I'm retired now, I've got nothing better to do, so I just love playing with this, and if I can actually eventually learn to do it, I think it's going to be a real achievement. Thanks for watching if you did.